The Middle East has entered a new chapter. After years of war, a fragile ceasefire has been declared in Gaza. The guns have quieted, the world is watching, and yet this may not be the end of the conflict. It may be the start of something much larger. What just happened? On October the 10th, 2025, a US-backed peace agreement brought Israel and Hamas to accept a ceasefire after 2 years of devastating violence. The deal, negotiated by Egypt, Qatar and Turkey, was built around 3 major elements. 1. The release of hostages and prisoners on both sides. A phased Israeli military withdrawal from parts of Gaza. And 3. The opening of humanitarian aid corridors to deliver food, water and medical supplies to civilians. For many, it's a long-awaited moment of relief. But within days, airstrikes resumed after claims of truce violations, showing just how unstable the peace remains. This isn't the final chapter of war. It's more like a fragile pause in a much bigger story. The new power game. Behind this ceasefire, a major political shift is unfolding. Egypt is taking center stage as the main mediator, preparing to lead a new international stabilization force inside Gaza. Turkey and Qatar are strengthening their influence, presenting themselves as regional peace brokers independent of Western dominance. Meanwhile, Iran, Iraq and Saudi Arabia are maneuvering in the background, each seeking to shape the post-war balance. Talks are underway for a joint multinational security force, possibly including countries like Indonesia, Pakistan and Azerbaijan, to ensure stability and prevent a power vacuum. This marks a historic moment. The Middle East is no longer just Israel versus Hamas. It's becoming a chessboard of nations redefining control, influence and identity. Why this matters globally: economy, energy and trade. This ceasefire may seem local, but its ripple effects will reach every part of the globe. The Middle East is the heartbeat of the world's energy supply and one of the most strategic trade corridors on Earth. Over 12% of global trade passes through the Suez Canal, just a few hundred miles from Gaza. Any shift in security or alliances here could affect fuel prices, shipping costs, and the global economy. If peace holds, reconstruction in Gaza could attract billions of dollars in international investment. Egypt, Turkey, and Gulf nations are already discussing infrastructure, energy, and logistics projects that could transform regional economies. New trade routes connecting Asia, Africa, and Europe could emerge, powered by renewable energy, AI-driven logistics, and digital trade zones. But if the ceasefire collapses, it could trigger another wave of oil price spikes, shipping disruptions, and currency instability, hitting ordinary people through higher fuel bills, food costs, and transport prices. In other words, what happens in Gaza could decide how the global economy breathes in 2026. 3 possible futures. From here, 3 paths lie ahead. Scenario 1, the hopeful path. The ceasefire holds, a stabilization force enters Gaza, and reconstruction begins. Regional cooperation grows, and a more balanced Middle East emerges. Scenario 2, the fragile balance. The truce technically stands, but sporadic clashes continue. Foreign investors hesitate, and peace becomes an ongoing negotiation rather than a reality. Scenario 3, the breakdown. The ceasefire collapses, regional militias and powers intervene, and a new cycle of violence erupts, shaking oil markets and global confidence once again. What to watch next? In the weeks ahead, watch closely for deployment of the International Stabilization Force, launch of reconstruction projects and funding, emerging new alliances beyond US leadership, whether the ceasefire truly holds or drifts back into conflict. The Gaza ceasefire may look like peace on the surface, but beneath it lies a storm of shifting power, economics and ambition. History is being rewritten, and what unfolds here will shape not just the Middle East, but the global future. If you found this breakdown valuable, tap like, hit subscribe, and share this video to help more people understand what's truly happening behind the headlines. And tell us in the comments, do you believe this ceasefire will lead to real peace, or are we witnessing the calm before another storm?